advocate for Sideshow Tylt.
Let's
You know what I'm
go,
saying?
let's get
Because
it.
it's like,
Why do you think that is? Why do you think black men don't speak about mental health? You have to be very careful with this answer.
Do you want me to go into my bag here?
Yo, man.
Get into it.
can? Okay.
Get into it. We are gonna get into it. We gonna
You know what I mean?
let's go.
Systemically. That's how I'm gonna start this off.
We going here.
Yo.
Systemically, when you're put in a disadvantage as a culture, it's impossible for you to get back from that. If you take the side of the mountain off, you can't climb it. You know what I mean? And so what they did was take the black father out of the household.
Yep.
That's where it
number
started.
one.
That's where it started. But then it continued. The problem is it started for sure. Systemically, it started systemically. You know what I'm saying when I say that?
Yep.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and unfortunately, the problem is the other part of it, systemically, and then the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is we let it continue, and we found reasons to let it continue.
Yep.
And when I say we, I mean African American men. We found reasons to let it continue by being absent in our household. Now, war, we get the people that had to go to war had to go to war. That's what had to happen, and the black mama stepped up. Big things happened. You know what I mean? There was a lot of growth in that time period for families.
Yeah.
And then upon return, they were so used to being gone that they wanted to be gone still.
Yeah.
But the people that didn't go to war was like, oh, that's the mentality I gotta take. It's just like what people do with rappers. Oh, they doing that, I gotta do that too. They don't got to.
Yeah.
Well, they chose to, and so that left a big void.
Yeah.
And you could have feelings with mama, but when daddy come home, man, you better toughen up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always like that. My dad wasn't like that. He was a coach. My dad was like that to other kids. And because they didn't have that figure at home, and so he thought that's what he had to do to fill that void. When you see a lot of people without a dad growing up, it makes you question, okay, I have my dad. Am I okay? I'm okay. But you're not. You could have your mom, your dad, your brother, your you know what I mean? There's people with perfect families that die, that commit suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have all of that. And in the black community, you can have everything and you can have nothing. But it's all about how you talk about it.
Yeah.
And if, dinner tables. My family was huge on having, my mom she tried to keep it going even when our family broke apart. Hey, let's have family dinner. It just be me and her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then we got to just digest and talk about our day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom was very, very lucky to have my mom because she was a military brat.
Yeah.
My pops was, my grandpops was an Air Force dude. You know what I mean? He was.
Shout out Air Force.
Yeah. Shout out Air Force.
Shout out. Air Force.
Right. Yeah. And so, it comes down to you don't have that conversation ability at home.
Yeah.
Maybe pops is gone. Maybe pops is passed. Maybe pops has moved out. Maybe mom's is working multiple jobs. Maybe you don't connect with the other people around you because of the age gap.
Yeah.
Maybe there wasn't enough nourishment and enough being poured into. It all starts in the home.
Yeah.
And it starts with systemically
Yeah.
because we were taken out of the home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when that happens,
man.
when that happens, you can't expect to be able to talk about things
Yeah.
Yeah.
when there's nobody to talk to, when there's nobody, and it sucks because it's not until we go to a school and you can go to a school and see no one that looks like you.
Yeah.
I see it all the time where I teach. I have a few black kids, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a mainly Hispanic population. But when you don't see anybody that looks like you, you don't connect. What about the white kids there?
Yeah.
Man, luckily there's a couple white teachers there because if you don't see somebody you connect with, you feel empty and alone, and that loneliness will eat you alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with a lot of black men,
Yep.
like especially black athletes.
Right.
You get that loneliness of either you're trying to reach a goal from a father figure or somebody that was a father figure, or you're trying to set a goal to be the best ever because you want to prove father wrong.
You're
you
still trying to prove something to your dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
yeah.
a scary thing.
But if your dad is there,
Yeah.
you can still be going through that.
Exactly.
It's just that you can be there and be absent. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be
Man,
there
I
and
was
be
just
absent.
that's literally what I was about to bring it to. I was like, you could be there and not be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
That was kind of my experience.
Yeah.
That was my experience a little bit. And I don't want to make it seem like my dad just was completely absent. It was just, I feel like my situation, like my mom was more so like forced to be this like super strong, powerful black woman who had to like work and
As
work.
they all are.
Yeah.
Yes, as they all are. As they all are.
To your point on that, I've heard women say they don't want to be all of that.
True.
They just felt like they had to because there wasn't a man there, And so I understand now. I understand when women say that now. Like, they were like, I didn't want to be that. I actually want to love in a tender way and not have to carry so much weight.
Yeah.
Because
It's crazy,
you know what
because for me, because of that, because my mom doing all of that, it made me feel like I couldn't go to her to talk about anything because she was so strong. So it made me feel like as a man, I should be stronger than her.
Yeah,
in
like
a way.
you're not putting so much weight on her.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to.
issues.
Yeah, because you know,
it's hard, man.
Yeah, for a long time, like me and my mom, we have a great relationship, but there's just a lot of things that I didn't really understand. And she said to me not too long ago that the reason why things went the way that they went is because she wanted to make sure that I was good. She wanted to be able to take care of me and make sure that I was good. Because I feel like, I don't want to speak for y'all, but growing up, like sometimes you can, I don't know, you can have like a disdain for your parents, you know, because we're young, we don't understand things. And that's how it was for me for a long time. So just not feeling like I can go to my mom to talk about anything was my experience of dealing with depression. And like I can't talk. And still to this day, when me and my mom talk, like we still have conversations about this. Like I'm still learning all of these things. But no, like you were preaching just now, and man, this is
man.